You know, 61 isn't always that easy, especially when you crack your wrist and displace your hand. Hi guys, my name is Karen. I'm 61 and doing keto for approximately 4 to 5 years, and I switched to carnivore overnight. So the day that I fell and cracked my wrist. I had been watching carnivore videos for quite a while. And even though I was doing keto, I knew that there was more to it than with keto. You got more of a variety, but you also have a lot of more expense, with the sugar or with the sweeteners and the almond flour and all these types of different things you have. There's quite a bit of expense, at least there was for me. One of the reasons that I switched to carnivore after this happened is because I have heard so much healing being done with carnivore. And it all started back in, I'm guessing, 2020. My daughter introduced me to intermittent fasting, and I had tried so many different things. So I was like, you know what? That might be something I could do. Just eat at a specific time and all that. So I jumped into that, and it was great. I mean, the weight was coming off. I probably lost 20 something, I'm not sure. And I did that for about a year, but it was hard. I mean, there was times 20 or 21 hours, and then it wasn't always easy. And so I did that for about a year. The one thing about that is I never switched my diet. Kept eating the pizza, kept eating the chips, kept eating what I wanted. I was losing weight, but my diet didn't change. And after about a year, I seen somebody that I thought was on keto, and I had heard about keto, but I seen this person, and I thought maybe there's something to this keto, because I seen him a year later, and he was still, his weight was low and everything. I thought, maybe there's something to this keto. So I dove in, and I'm telling you, getting off sugar for the first 2 weeks was not fun. Cravings. I mean, it was hard. I really mentally had to talk myself into staying on it. But I did. And let me tell you what, after 2-3 weeks, it subsided. And you talk about energy. Oh, wow. The energy was high. I had more energy than I probably did in my 30s. Maybe even in my late 20s. And so I thought, whoa, I'm losing weight, and I've got all this energy, and I didn't want to stop because of the fact of the energy and the way I felt awesome. Well, after about 2 years, my weight kind of subsided. Like what I mean is, I had went from 210 when I started intermittent fasting. And then I was like 190, 192 when I started keto. I got all the way down to 168. And then after that next year I probably put on like 10 pounds. Because keto, it's not, I'm not saying it's not good. It's good. It is. And for anybody starting out, that would be a great thing to do. Because even though my weight kind of came back up a little bit to 180, around 180-ish, I still felt good. But it seems like for 2 years, I stuck anywhere from 179, 180, 181, 182, and it went back and forth. Well, after a period of time went by, I was like, you know what, something going on. Standard 20 to 25 grams of carbs. Now, mind you, I have a broken wrist, and my cortisol levels must be high because I pricked my finger and did a test, and it's been high on fasting in the morning. And I looked it up on AI, and it was like, your body is in a fight or flight mode. And because I got a lot on my plate, and also because I don't know if I'm going to have surgery or not. So that's bothering me a little bit. And it says I'm in fight or flight mode. So, I mean, I woke up, I think it was yesterday, and my stomach, I almost look pregnant. So I feel like I'm swollen and my cortisol's high. It happened the day that I fell. I had been watching carnivore videos for probably close to a year. And I've been wanting to do it, but it's like, you know, it's so strict. There's a lot to it, you know. So I just never really dove in. I have increased my protein, but I never really dove into the carnivore world. And then I fell, and it kind of just hit me. And I'm like, the very next day, I'm like, I'm doing carnivore. Maybe it'll help me heal faster from this fall. And you know, when you turn in your 60s, your bones are probably more brittle than when you was younger. So I just feel like it will help me. So I started carnivore. I weighed 191.4. Now this is my 4th day. So my weight is not really moving at all. And that's okay because I got a lot of healing to do. And I've watched videos, and it talks about how, you know, like my body right now is, it's hard to sleep. My cortisol is high, and that can be expected with such a fall. So I'm sticking with it. I am sticking with it because I really think that eating meat will help my body heal. And not only that, once I get out of this stress, I believe the weight has to start dropping. I mean, carnivore. I eat meat and eggs. Eat meat and eggs. It's not really hard like in you're hungry or anything. It's not about that. It's about the choices. You know, it's kind of hard to, you know what to eat or make choices. Like today, I was only doing 2 meals because when you eat meat, especially if it's got fat on it, it will satiate you, and you're not hungry. But I never gave up the coffee, so I still have the coffee with the caramel drink and all that, which is not good. I have to give that up eventually. But I still have my coffee in the morning, and every now and then I'm wanting a little bit of sweet, and I think it's because of that coffee. So I'm going to stick with it. I know it's a good thing to do. So I thought I would document by doing these videos and take y'all along with me. And I hope you'll follow me. The first day, see, I've had things, I'll give you an example. I might even put some pictures up here of what I've eaten. You know, one day I made a pizza, but I didn't use the sauce. I just used cheese. And I had pepperoni, hamburger. You know, I'm still using spices. So I call this dirty carnivore because I'm still using spices like and onions, peppers, all that stuff. Still doing that. And then I'm still drinking my coffee. So it's kind of like a dirty carnivore. Like later on, as I get into this, I might want to try to eliminate stuff like that. Because I can drink black coffee. It doesn't, you know, I used to drink black coffee. So black coffee's fine. It's just right now, it's where my coffee pot is. And so I've ate things like tonight I had a chuck steak and some deviled eggs. And yes, it had mayo with seed oil and all that. Yeah, I know that. I need to make my own mayo. I'm kind of limited on what to do right now. Tomorrow, I go to an orthopedic surgeon, Lord willing, and tell me after he looks at the x-rays and all that, if I'm going to need surgery or not. So once I find out whether I do or I don't, my body might calm down a little bit, but it's all in God's hands. So whether I do or whether I don't, I do have a lot of prayers coming up for me from different Christians, and I'm hoping that I don't. But one day at a time, that's all I can do. I do have another channel, and a lot of the reason I'm wanting to start this one is because it's a craft channel. And with the craft channel, I make stuff. I make wood, mostly wood crafts. And when this happened, I knew I'm not going to be able to do that. So I thought that's a good time to start a keto carnivore channel. So I hope you guys follow along with me. Hopefully each video will get better. And I won't have to have surgery. And I can show you guys my results as I go along. I probably won't do many cooking videos or anything like that in this until this gets better. But hopefully you'll follow along with me as I journey from keto to carnivore. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.